Greeting adventurers, this is FFD Dragon, and this is Here Be Dragons. Last episode we began working on a Mana Artifice structure, and I was able to pick up some additional wood to complete the flooring and the interior and exterior walls. You can see here a little bit of work has been completed. Obviously I still do need to punch out some windows in the exterior wall, as well as start beginning to put a a roof on there. I did end up changing up the flooring after using the randomized trowel. I did end up going back, pulling that out, and putting in a little bit of a pattern to it. I think it looked a little bit better this way, and we did manage to reduce the amount of driftwood that was required, because after the end of last episode I went roaming around trying to find some more driftwood to fill the needs for just placing randomized pattern, and that's actually what has given me idea on what we're going to do for the roof. Because right now I found a Badlands, and they have lots of terracotta in those Badlands. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run over there, pick up a couple stacks of that, so we can use that to make some terracotta tiles. Or I'm sorry, yeah, we're going to take. I'm looking at the yellow and possibly the orange and red. And what we'll end up being able to do is put together some shingles using the yellow, red, and orange terracotta. So I'm going to show you, it's almost 800 blocks away. Yes, I was roaming quite a bit of distance just looking for driftwood. So unfortunately, that is not a renewable resource. I can't grow driftwood trees. I can only find that in the various ocean biomes. And I did notice that we actually have a very large broken portal sitting over here. Let's go ahead and start zipping off toward that Badlands. And that charm that I picked up from that little drowned ruins gives me insane speed underwater. So I can actually cover a lot of distance. That, I believe, is one of the water dragons, so we're not gonna bother him too much. I'll actually have to look to see what that challenge means. That's kind of funny. Oh dear. Yes, the sirens are still very annoying. I had to deal with a number of them. Can't really damage me too much with my platinum armor. They're just a little bit of annoyance due to their interrupting my travels. And you'll notice I got a whole bunch of the prismarine shards, crystals, and shiny scales from ones that I ended up dealing with in my initial search for driftwood. Let's continue heading up to those Badlands. Obviously I didn't previously go directly to them, so it's entirely possible I'll run into some things I did not on my initial bout out. Oh, some of these little guys, they're so cute. Silver gliders. Now that I know they're out here, I may end up getting some fish later and seeing if I can tame some of those, bring them back home with me. Alright. It's much faster for me to swim than it would be for me to take a boat, which is crazy. That charm is amazingly useful. Almost there. Oh my. Oh, sea serpent. No, 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 no. That's what it was. You notice that sea serpent? Has almost killed me. If it wasn't for all my extra hearts, that alone would have been my demise. Oh my. Though I'm tough, I am not invincible. Go away. Oh my goodness, go away. That is one determined sea serpent. How far inland are you going to chase me? Oh my goodness. Oh no, he's found himself a puddle to swim in. And see, if they came here for the yellow terracotta, which we can all see is nicely down there, I'm going to have to deal with them. Apparently not as big of a deal as I was making it out to be. Okay then. So we've got yellow terracotta, regular terracotta, we have some orange terracotta, and we have some red sands. So I'm actually looking to fill up with a bit of that for my Mana Artifice structure's roof. Just wanted to show you how far away this stuff was from the base, and just how quickly I can cover that distance with that charm. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it and grab a bunch of this stuff, and we'll be back at base, and I'll start showing you what I'm looking forward to doing with that roofing, and possibly start putting together a couple of the initial stuff for our Mana Artifice mod pack, or the first steps on that mod pack. Alright, see you soon. Alright, now back from the Badlands, I grabbed a bunch of yellow and orange terracotta. I went ahead and took the terracotta and turned it into shingles. I grabbed myself some shingle stairs and some shingle slabs. And I think we are good to go to at least start setting up a roof structure here. And then we can cover up our the space between our inner and outer walls, and then we can see about doing some additional detailing on the walls. Go ahead, use some scaffolding to get up here. I definitely want to go ahead and use the yellow and orange kind of semi-randomly throughout, but I do want to take some of the spacing over these support logs and me switch over to using the ebony wood as an accent on that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do for some walls here. Just use that so we can get kind of back and forth. I want to go for kind of a specific style here. Let's see how that works out. Some blocks here. Actually, I may want to go the stair here instead. Don't want it to be a particularly low pitch. If I overdo it, it may look a little odd. So let's go ahead and just start with a couple slabs. We'll switch to stairs. Go like that. Yeah, I think the pitch that way changes way too quick, so we're going to go ahead and swap that out. Put that here. Just kind of get an idea on how that's going to pitch. And I'll take out the extra blocks I'm using just kind of as placeholders at this point. To get an idea on how this is going to look. We're going to go ahead and let's pull out these extra blocks. Oop. That gives us a pretty striking pitch, but not overly severe, and we can fill in the underside, smooth it. So from the interior, I have that and that. We come in the slab here. And there we go. Hopefully that'll work out nicely. Let's give it a little bit more. Now that we've got an idea, let's see how it looks once we start filling this out. It looks like that'll work out pretty well. Again, I'm probably going to use some accents with the ebony wood along the support pillars. I will go ahead and get some work done on that. And we'll come back in a little bit, show you how that's turning out. And we're back. This is my Mana Artifice structure. completed using orange and yellow terracotta shingles, using that ebony wood for some supports at the pillars. And we've got some glass windows, some spruce detailing on the outside, and gold lanterns, gold bars to help prevent mobs from spawning on the roof. And I actually did spend the time to grab all the resources out of this structure and place them in here. So I've got some of the items separated out, sorted, and a little bit of torch spam until I identify where I can place lighting in the flooring. We do need to have this available for the Mana Artifice rituals. Well, one of the first things we do need to do to start out, to really get into Mana and Artifice, is constructing this Oculus. I do need some glass here, which I started cooking up before bringing you back. And here we go. This is going to show us what we need to do in order to upgrade our tier. Give us an idea of what some of the rituals are. Lots of tabs here in the Oculus. That along with the codex, which I forgot in the chest right here, will help us progress. And what we're gonna want to look to do possibly is a cantrip, spell, ritual, wands, altars, crafting spell. So we've got a lot of different items here that we can start looking into. And so we've got our Oculus. We have a rune forge, stolen from the spawn town, but we have some bone ash. So what we're going to want to do is possibly set up a small ritual. What? We're gonna need some chalk for those rituals. I do have all the items here for some wizard chalk. Give me just a moment, we'll see what we can do for some of these other tiers. Okay, after looking through the Codex Arcana, I'm going to need to get a table put together for putting together some spells. And for that table, look at here, we are going to need an inscription table, which means I need some carpet. I've got wood, I have some books. The only thing I don't have on me right now is some carpet. So I'm going to steal it out of this poor building. And one of the easiest rituals I'm going to be able to perform is going to require some wool, which I also do not have off the top. So I'm going to have to see about getting a hold of some of that. Let's get some wood together. Oh, I don't need that book. There we go. Let's get this set up. Alright. There's our inscription table. Unfortunately, I do not have any wool on me. But I think I can at least set this up for the ritual that I'm looking to do. It's the ritual Aurora. Let me just verify I don't have enough string for the 2 blocks of wool. I don't recall seeing any sheep that nearby. Let's go take a look. The very worst I may have to do is run teleport back to spawn town. Creeper. Creeper holes. Not exactly what I was looking to deal with at the moment. Let's run back. Spawn town. Don't recall leaving anything like that here. And I don't think... Well, these might be. Got some puffs and some seeds. We can definitely use those back at the base. Really, what we're looking for, some sheep to shear. String could be useful. I can't find those sheep. Sheep. Oh dear. I actually had to deal with one of these guys. I have some of his parts sitting back home. And you notice it didn't take a lot of hits from him. Let's go ahead and get some of this out of my inventory and into the backpack. Go ahead and grab up all these mutant skeleton parts. At the very least, it may give me enough to build the armor set that can be made out of. It's not likely to be more powerful than my platinum armor that I'm currently wearing, but I would like to at least put some of those together, those unique armor sets together. Alright. I have the wool that I need. run back. We'll let these golems do their fine jobs protecting the village. Alright, gonna back home. Oh, that's definitely not good. Mutant creepers, mutant skeletons. It's just not a good day for me to be out and about at night. Unfortunately, mutant creepers still blow up when they die. Well, my observation platform has now been blown up, thanks to the mutant creeper. It doesn't look like the structure itself went out. And creeper shards. Why did I do that? I'm not really looking to have creeper egg at this point. Maybe some other time, but not right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can actually perform that ritual. Boom, boom. And this is supposed to oops. That is supposed to initiate the ritual. Do I have them too far apart? I think we may be running out of nighttime to run the ritual. We have to try that again the next Minecraft day. Look, they craft an inscription table. We'll be looking to see what might have gone on here, and I'll come back. Okay, it is very important that you read through your Codex Arcana in order to identify how you are going to run the ritual. I actually need to have the arcane compound, which I then put in the rune forge to make arcane ash. And with that, we can make purified Vintium dust. Do need another flower. And that is what we use to activate the ritual. But as our basic ritual can only be done at night, we're not going to do that. What I do need to look into is sorcery, so I can put together or figure out cantrips and spells. And what we're going to need to do is have the leather, turn to vellum, use the inscription table, which is going to require some ink. So we have a couple items that we have to put together. One of the things it wants is leather to make vellum. And while it can be done in any water source, it recommends using a cauldron. So we're going to go ahead and grab some water, place that in a cauldron. Then we're going to take some leather, and turns it into vellum. That vellum will go in here, but we're going to also need ink. That Arcanist ink is used purified Vintium, a glass bottle, one of the Mana Artifice flowers, and an ink sac. Of course, while I do have some empty bottles, I do have one more of the flowers. I do not have an ink sac. I'll have to grab some from a squid here in a moment, but now that it's turning nighttime, let's go ahead and set up that ritual of Aurora. We've got our chalk runes, we have our wool, and now we have our purified Vintium dust. Click on it, it shows it's good. Click on it again, and it activates. Some very impressive visual effects. Ooh. Unfortunately, we can't see it hit the sun or the moon. We can see it fly across the sky and now turn back to day. Great for Mana Artifice. We start working on the astral sorcery. We need it to be nighttime. We'll have to not constantly change it to daytime. So we kind of have two competing magic mods. Oh, there's some squid. Let's go get some squid ink. Sorry, Mr. Squid. At least we got 3 of them. My stomach should at some point put together an easier way to get to the top of this. Let's go make our ink. You can see about putting together a spell or cantrip. This here chalk is all gone. The ritual is completed. The active is showing that we did that. Let's go ahead and make our ink. Oh, careful, that last flower. Ink, flower, glass bottle, purified Vintium dust, gives us Arcanist ink. Back to the inscription table, we can place that in. And now we should be able to put together a spell. We've got Self and Touch, Fire, Break, Fling, Slow, Light, Gust, Crystallize, Collapse, and Earth Sky. We can get playing around with these, but I'm going to try something I did see in another video. It's going to require more vellum than I currently have, so let's go ahead and make some more. This does take multiple sheets of vellum for the spells. Self-fling. I don't have enough arcane. I need arcane ash. So it takes ink, vellum, and ash. And then we can put together a spell. Write it out. And we now have a self-fling spell. So if we select that, that off. Oh, and then we have to actually complete the spell. It requires a few items to do that, so we'll have to come back to that later. My. That'll be another ritual in order to complete that spell. We've got a couple other items to continue looking into. But now that we have our space to work in, this is going to end up expanding at some point. But we can begin progressing a bit further in Mana and Artifice. And next time, we should have a couple of these set up and ready for us to walk through. So I will see you next episode, and here be dragons.